Okay, Thomas Freed here, and I'm going to put a couple of videos out this morning to blow everything off the wall. First, we're going to look at Kamala Harris's ridiculous and stupid. The woman really is. She truly is an idiot. She doesn't understand anything at all. She's an absolute moron. We're going to look at her proposal to give first-time new home buyers $25,000 because she thinks that's going to promote better housing opportunities for the disenfranchised and the poor. Well, she's an idiot. She's an idiot. Let's run the numbers. Let's run the numbers. Suppose you take a mortgage, you borrow $150,000 for a 30-year term, which is what most people's mortgages have been historically. It'd be much better to go to a 20-year now, which I'm going to show you with the numbers here. But let's say you take a $150,000 loan on a 30-year term, and you get today's mortgage rates, which are somewhere at 7 to 8%. Let's do 8% because it looks like interest rates aren't really going to bottom out here. We're going to get hit with more, and the mortgage rates aren't really coming down the way the short-term interest rate did. So if you take a $150,000 loan at 8%, you'll have to make 30 years of payments at $1,100 a month. And at the end of the 30 years, you will have repaid the $150,000 that you borrowed, plus $246,000 worth of interest. Your loan of $150,000 at 8% across 30 years costs you $400,000 to repay. The bank makes $250K off of a $150,000 purchase. Now, what happens if you borrow that same $150,000 for that same 30-year term, but you're given a 2% mortgage rate instead? Well, when that happens, your monthly payment goes down from $1,100 to $554 a month, one half the monthly payment, and the amount of interest repaid across the 30-year loan is $50,000. Getting an interest rate of 2% instead of 8% saves the buyer $200,000. So tell me, would it encourage home ownership to give the buyer a $25,000 down payment, which won't do jack to these numbers? Or would it be better to give them a 2% loan? Have them only pay $50K to the bank instead of $250? And have a monthly payment of only $554. If you want to promote housing, you subsidize the interest rate. You make the interest rate 2% instead of 8%. You don't have to subsidize it, you just mandate it, 2%. That's all you can charge. Or let the Fed do the lending, or the Treasury do the lending directly. The property collateralizes the loan. So it's the interest rate on the mortgage that is the critical number, not the down payment. $25,000 is a joke. $25,000 is a joke. Getting a 2% interest rate saves you $250,000. Now, what happens if you do that same $150,000 loan on a 20-year mortgage? Well, if you take it at 8%, your monthly payment is going to be $1,254. $1,000. The other one at 30-year mortgage was $1,100. So on the 20-year, your monthly payment is $1,254, and the amount of interest you'll pay across 30 years is $151,000. So by moving from a 30-year to a 20-year, you can save yourself $100,000, and it only costs you $150 more a month. So clearly, you should do the 20-year instead of the 30. All you got to do is come up with a little bit more every month, and you save yourself $100,000 across the 20-year term. Now, if you can do that same 20-year mortgage for $150,000 at 2%, your monthly payment goes down to $750 a month. That's less than the $1,100 you had to pay on the 30-year mortgage at 8%. So it's $750 at 2% on a 20-year term And you will end up paying only $32,000 in interest. So if you switch from a 30-year 8% to a 20-year 2%, you save $220,000. And that's how you make housing affordable and reachable by first-time home buyers. $25,000 down payment is a joke. She's inviting you to become a slave to the bank on a 30-year term and pay $250,000 on a $150,000 loan. $250,000 interest, $400,000 on the $150,000 loan. So she's an idiot. She doesn't understand the numbers. You think $25,000 is going to help? Why don't you give them $215,000 in interest avoidance across a 20-year term? Promote 20-year mortgages at 2%. That's how you promote housing and provide housing opportunities to the people of the United States of America. You give them an interest rate that makes it affordable. And of course, the interest rate has been down there around 2.5%, 3% for the last 10 years until the Democrats took office under Biden and Harris, at which point they jacked the mortgage interest rate from 2% to 8% and killed housing in the United States intentionally with bad energy and fiscal monetary policy. They're idiots, absolute idiots. They don't understand basic math. They're selling you out to the bankers. Demand a 2% mortgage structure through the FHA or HUD. That's how you make housing affordable and attainable. $25,000 down payment is a joke. She's an idiot.